What's up guys, it's CG. So this is going to be a thorough review of TriBeCa by the House of Bond number 9. First I'm going to give you guys a rundown so you have a general idea what the fragrance is about. Then I'm going to share how users rated the scent profile and the performance. My wife and I are going to share our impressions of it. And finally, I'm going to share my overall opinion after wearing it. Without further ado, let's get this started. So to describe the scent profile, it's actually very unique. It has that Baccarat Rouge 540 top that's unmistakable. It doesn't have the smoky woody aspects, but instead, in the base, it's got a hazelnut, kind of coconutty with a bit of a jasmine flower freshening it up. So it's really this hazelnut Baccarat Rouge that absolutely just works, which is the surprising thing about it. The notes listed on their website are cacao absolute, green hazelnut, jasmine sambac absolute, cedarwood, ambroxan, moss, and caramel. As far as how much users enjoy the scent, it received an average rating of a 7.7. 60% of voters would give it an 8 or above, and 40% would give it a 7 or lower. Just looking at the rating distribution, this is a pretty polarizing fragrance, and it's definitely not a safe blind buy here. The rating is kind of low. Personally, my rating, I actually really like the scent. I would give it an 8, like a strong 8. I really like it, but it's not for me at all, like 0%. It's creative, it's well done, it smells really good, but I just can't wear it. So for wearability, it drops it down to maybe a 3. For longevity, I got an average rating of an 8.2. The key vote being 8, about half of users would give it an 8. I would give it an 8 as well. It lasts a good amount of time, maybe between the 6 and 8 hour range. For sillage, I got an average rating of a 7.7. Again, the key vote being 8. 40% of voters gave it an 8. Again, I would also agree with the majority here. I'd give it an 8. I mean, I feel like it has good performance, nothing mind-blowing. The scent, it actually smells really good. I just can't wear it at all. It actually caused an embarrassing experience for me that I'll share with you guys a bit later in the video. So I actually like this fragrance, but it also is a fragrance that led to one of my only embarrassing stories with fragrance, which I'm going to share with you guys. Yeah, I had a pretty bad experience with it. And while I love this fragrance, it's definitely 100% not for me. Why I love the fragrance is the scent profile itself is so different, but it works so well. It is Baccarat Rouge 540 turned into a gourmand, and a lot of people say a lot of things smell like Baccarat Rouge 540. It just seems to be a common comparison people make, and I don't know what that is, but I'd never make that connection. A lot of other people do, like Greenwich Village. I don't make that connection at all, but my friend, he says 100% it smells like a fruity Baccarat Rouge 540. I'm like, what are you talking about? That all being said, with this one, I 100% make the connection. It's extremely obvious right off the bat. There's a definite connection to Baccarat Rouge 540, but it's turned into a hazelnut gourmand. The hazelnut in itself is interesting. It's got this hazelnut kind of coconut thing. It's a gourmand, but it's not a vanilla for sure. It's almost like a pump of hazelnut syrup mixed with like a kind of a coconut thing, and there's a bit of jasmine in there that's keeping it a little bit fresh. But in the top, you have the Baccarat Rouge 540 DNA, and that's what makes it interesting. Is Baccarat Rouge 540 is a very smoky, woody fragrance. Like, how do you turn that into a gourmand? It's almost like they kept the top elements of that fragrance and got rid of the smoky, woody aspects of it, and replace that with this hazelnut, coconutty, semi-floral thing. Now, I have a soft spot for Bond number 9. I know a lot of people criticize the brand, a lot of people don't like them, and guess what? Like, I totally understand that. Fragrance is very subjective, but with Bond 9, even though I love them, I totally get why people wouldn't like them. They're challenging in a different way for me. Like, they're challenging in the sense that they have a very playful nature about them. They almost speak to my inner child or my feminine side somewhat. They're almost like bubblegum, and they're kind of synthetic. Not all of them are like that, but this is like how I perceive the brand. But they do offer something totally different. After trying quite a few, I really like New York Nights. I plan to explore that more. Greenwich Village was full bottle worthy for me. Definitely love this fragrance. Super glad I have it. It adds something new. So I was looking for more Bond number 9s to try. I do like Bleecker Street quite a bit. Lafayette Street, I just don't, I have Reflection Man, and I feel like it serves a similar purpose. So I was looking for more Bond number 9s to try, and TriBeCa came up. And that's the reason that I went for it. And I went for it with like a mindset of, I like Bond number 9. I like that playful side that they deliver really well. I even like their semi-feminine, bubblegummy type scents. Greenwich Village, I would say, is slightly feminine leading, has a playful nature. So I was looking for that. I feel like if I was somebody that just didn't like those type of scents at all, I like strictly professional, masculine scents only, and I didn't want anything that diverted too far from that, I probably wouldn't like much Bond number 9. But since I already have those classy masculine scents and I was looking for that in Bond number 9, when I smelt it, I feel like I had a positive framing of the experience that allowed me to really enjoy the fragrance for what it was, which is a very nice, relaxing, playful take on the Baccarat Rouge 540 DNA. It felt very versatile, and it excited me because it was like unlike anything else that I'd worn. When I'm testing fragrances, if I like it and I feel like it's not going to offend people, I'll test it in big crowds at work. So I had the sample with me, so I said, you know what, this is so likable. Like, I don't feel like this is very polarizing. Decided to spray myself with it on my break, came back, and yeah, this is where things went bad, okay? First, I started realizing I'm wearing a girl's perfume, like for real. Like, it just became feminine, and the sweetness of it became cloying, and the jasmine came up and became floral. The Baccarat Rouge kind of died down, and it ended up being this coconut, hazelnut, sickly, syrupy, sweet thing with a bit of floral. Honestly, didn't smell bad, little too sweet for me, but I did have this realization I am wearing a girl's perfume. Part of what made me realize that was I saw this old white lady walking around with a white poodle, and just like kind of like one of those uppity types, like I don't know, like a uppity old, I'm talking 70-something-year-old white lady with a white poodle, and I scented her. Like, people will post sent me, and selfies of them doing that. And usually I have no idea how the heck to scent somebody, but it was like my mind immediately knew I was wearing what this woman would wear. I was wearing like an old white lady perfume. My mind just went there, made that connection. Then I just didn't like the fragrance at all. And then I work with an older guy, and he's never done this before. But he said, "What are you wearing?" And I told him, "Oh, TriBeCa, it's a hazelnut fragrance." And he said, "I don't like it." And it just got weird and quiet because I didn't know how to respond to that. And I was like, okay. So I realized then, like, this fragrance is actually pretty polarizing. It's pretty feminine. And I sprayed it again since then. I sprayed it even this morning, and I do like it. That's the problem with it. I do enjoy it, but it's just not for me at all. I would never wear this. It's an embarrassing story, embarrassing experience. I think part of what throws people off is the hazelnut is just too hazelnutty almost. Like vanillas and stuff are easier to get along with, but when you get into hazelnut, it becomes kind of weird to smell like hazelnut. I don't know why, but I feel like it kind of is for me at least.
Bond number 9, TriBeCa. This is really cute. I don't necessarily know if it's supposed to be for men. That's why I called it cute, because it's something I would wear. And I wouldn't feel necessarily masculine wearing it. Like, I feel like it would fit me. To me, this smells like a cross between Baccarat Rouge and whipped cream. Very good. Would not wear this in the heat because I think it would become sticky, sweaty, sweet. No. Woman rating, because I guess this is unisex. Woman rating is a 7. Man rating is a 5.
So my overall take of TriBeCa is it's not for me. I do love the scent. I love the Bond number 9 when they deliver that type of profile. Fan of the house, to be honest, even though a lot of people don't like them. But TriBeCa, it's just too feminine. I'm going to give the rest of the sample to my wife, and maybe she'll enjoy it. But it's too feminine, and it's too hazelnutty and too floral. I mean, it's too much. Anyways, feel free to comment with y'all's opinions, subscribe for future content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.